Hey everybody, welcome back to the All Things podcast. My name's Isaac, and today I am joined by my good mate Joseph.
Hey, how you going?
We just finished watching Andor episodes 1 to 3, so we'll be giving our initial reaction on that. We'll also be talking about Cobra Kai Season 5, the NRL Finals, and all new Star Wars and Marvel announcements. So we do have quite a lot of things to talk about. I'm excited, Joseph's excited, and yeah, Andor, let's get straight into it. So while it's fresh on our minds, let's talk about Andor episode 1 to 3. I did a watch party over on my Star Wars channel with Joseph. And Joseph, what are your initial thoughts and your reaction to it?
Well, I enjoyed it. It was solid. There was good acting, as we discussed. There was good. It was very visually appealing, but
It was
it was slow.
it was really slow start. Obviously when we got to episode 3, it picked up a bit, and I really enjoyed episode 3.
It would be the best episode so far.
Oh, definitely. And 9 episodes to go. I'm excited to see what's next for Andor, and I believe it can be a really good show. Obviously, we've got Tony Gilroy, the guy who was behind Rogue One. He's also behind the Andor show, and yeah, it looks like just a beautiful show. Like you watch this and then you go watch Kenobi, and it just looks so different. Like visually, like Kenobi's budget, it just felt like it felt like a fan film. The budget with it, like Kenobi obviously was a high budget, but for a Star Wars film, it wasn't a high budget. But we're not talking about Kenobi. Let's talk about Andor. It was a slow start, as you said. I didn't really know where the show was going after episode 1 and 2, but episode 3 really picked up things, and it got better as it all went on. And I'm excited for episode 4 next week. Let's start on our raw reaction and our initial thoughts on Andor episode 1. Now, episode 1, it was very slow. Like, I got quite bored throughout it. I was slouching over, yawning. But I must say, it was a good start to Cassian Andor's perspective on the galaxy and who he is as a character. It shows, his mission, and I would say it sets the show up quite well for what's ahead. Obviously, there isn't too much to talk about for episode 1. It was very, very slow, but it's a good start for Cassian Andor's character, and obviously we know how Cassian's story ends in Rogue One. But now knowing like his start, it's good, and also the flashbacks are really nice. We get more of who he is, why he's like who he is, and yeah, it's not a whole lot to talk about for episode 1. But I definitely did enjoy the flashbacks of Cassian when he's younger, and obviously how he you know got to where he is in modern day life in the Andor show. And obviously his adopted mum, I guess you could say, saved him. Um,
Spoilers.
there'll be a spoiler warning at the start. So don't y'all worry. Spoilers all ahead. But yeah, it was really slow. Well, what do you think, Joseph?
Um, I think from the first 5 minutes when the opening right after
Yep.
he was in that club,
Yes.
everything after the two officers was it slowed down. Like it was just kind of shocking
First 5 minutes was like
confrontation.
yeah, like the first 5 minutes they threw it all at us, and then it slowed down. Um, I did like the start, and this show, I must say, visually really nice. Cinematography's amazing, acting's amazing, and the music is surprisingly actually really good.
Something we haven't had in a while.
Yeah, like with the Kenobi show, that's something that was a big flaw in the Kenobi show for myself, was the music. Like And I'm not sure if you watched the behind the scenes of the Obi-Wan show, but while they were filming the Kenobi versus Vader fight in episode 6, they were playing Duel of the Fates on set. But
Oh
so and like Anakin's
no,
doing
I didn't know
splits and
that.
stuff. But you know, back to Andor. Um, Kenobi's over. Let's forget about that. But Andor episode 1, yeah, really slow. It does pick up when it gets to episode 3. But episode 2, again, very similar to episode 1. Continuing who Cassian is, his journey, and what leads him to the events of Rogue One, and what leads him to doing that. And his whole mindset really. We get a better perspective on the galaxy of normal people like just me and you. Um, so it's good not to just have the perspective of all the big enemies and all the big people. Um, so that was something I like, and I'm excited for what's ahead. But yeah, episode 2 really similar to episode 1. The nice flashbacks, which was good. It tells more of Andor's story and continues who he is, what he's doing, why he's doing it, and whatnot. But again, really slow. So yeah, there isn't too much to talk about for episode 1 and 2, and I'm sure as the show goes on, when we get Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera and all that, it will get better. But now episode 3, things started to really pick up. Your initial thoughts on episode 3?
Oh, it's easily the best episode so far.
Definitely.
We get to see a lot more of these characters. So yes, there's Cassian, but there's also his female companion, which I think her name might be Tina. I'm not sure on that, but
Yeah, something along that lines. Yeah,
but she's definitely interesting. She's an interesting character, but
yeah.
this episode properly introduces a new character
Luthen,
in which,
Luthen Rail. Yeah,
and he's very interesting. He knows a lot about our main protagonist.
yeah. I'm
Um,
excited to see what's ahead for his character and learn more about his character. Seems really
we
interesting. Seems like a cool character.
and we know almost nothing about him,
No,
but he then he's going to push the story. I believe he's gonna
I hope
help
so.
us get
Yeah,
from one thing to another.
yeah. I totally agree. And now at the end of episode 3, obviously they get in their ship, and where are they going? I don't know. Coruscant maybe. Obviously, Mon Mothma's there, and we in the trailer we see she's in the Senate chambers. Are they going there? I don't know, because I could guess that Luthen Rael is maybe a rebel, and is maybe he knows who Cassian is, obviously, and he's maybe trying to recruit him. Um, yeah, episode 3 was definitely the the better episode of what we've got so far. And I'm really glad they released 3 episodes at once. Because imagine if they released just episode 1 or just episode 1 and 2. We'd have to wait that whole week after 2 boring episodes. So I think it's a really smart move from the executives at Lucasfilm for putting 3 episodes out, and I'm glad they did. All the
I think,
people that got you go.
oh, sorry. I think that they would struggle to keep viewers' attention if they didn't release the other episodes.
I definitely agree, and like I'm looking at the Andor reviews now of just in the last 3 hours, and it's really good. It's 4 out of 5, 9 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 93% out of 100%. So it's definitely pushing that A category, that A plus category, and I hope it keeps it up because this show obviously can be amazing. And although episode 1 and 2 were very slow, I do feel as it was a good start to Cassian's story, and I hope we continue to get flashbacks. Obviously, in the trailer, we see clones. I really, really would like to see how clones are involved in the Andor show. Are they flashbacks? I would assume, because I don't know why clones would still be around 5 years before A New Hope. So I hope they don't explain how their clones got phased out and got replaced with stormtroopers, because I do hope we see that in the Bad Batch. But it will be interesting to see how they are involved. I would guess that it's flashbacks of Cassian because if you guys didn't know, Cassian's family and Cassian, when he was younger, his family was under the Separatists. So maybe it's perspective on Andor under the Separatists, and who knows, the clones are invading them because they're Separatists. So we will have to see. I'm definitely excited for episode 4. But now obviously it's gonna be one weekly episode. Um, but 12 episodes, so 9 episodes to go, definitely can be very strong. And yes, I'm excited for it. Um, Obviously, there's so much more to come on Mothma, the Senate. Could we see Palpatine in the Senate? Maybe. Um, but yeah. What do you think? You reckon we're gonna see Palpatine?
It's a big ask. I think if we will, it will
It
be
would suit to the story
um
because obviously he's the ruler of the galaxy now, and he's the
yeah.
Senate, as he says. Um,
I would enjoy it, but
I, I,
I hope it's just something small, like at the
yeah,
end of Obi-Wan, where it's a kind of
yeah,
just a cameo.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, maybe you could see Mass Meter in the Senate because Palpatine did set Mass Meter's the blue guy that Palpatine
Yeah,
has
yeah,
in the Senate with him. Yeah. He's like Palpatine's speaker, and
yeah.
after like Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine doesn't really do much in the Senate. He just has his little sidekick, Mass Meter, say everything for him. Palpatine's just in his little hideout, planning everything. Um, Obviously after the sequels, we know that he got involved into a lot of cloning. Uh, so yeah, I think we could see Masamita definitely. Palpatine would be nice. Bail Organa as well. That's a big. That's a. I think we could. Big opportunity there with obviously Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera. So what's to come next is hopefully going to be really good. Tony Gilroy, the showrunner writer of this show, he said there's no Jedi, there's no fan service, but I would say adding Palpatine in there isn't fan service because it adds to the story. Palpatine's the ruler of the galaxy, he's the Senate, and if we're gonna see the Senate, well, wouldn't it make sense if we see Palpatine or at least feel the presence of Palpatine? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't classify it as fan service. I would classify like the Rise of Skywalker. Great definition of fan service. Say what fan service? They weighed $1.3 billion. Um, and like in the Boba show, the Luke and Mando episodes, that's 100% fan service. That does not add
One
to
hundred
Boba's
percent.
story. So yeah, I don't think Andor will have that. Obviously, Tony Gilroy, very talented person, and not sure if you know, but it's been leaking around Twitter that he's actually signed a contract with Lucasfilm for a
Oh,
movie direction deal. So apparently he's going to be directing a movie. Who knows? Um,
okay.
that would be good because I really want to go back to theaters and cinemas for a Star Wars movie and just get the hype back of going to a cinema and to watch a Star Wars movie. Um,
I've only seen Rise of Skywalker in cinemas, so
really?
I need to clean my palate for Star Wars movies in cinemas. It's
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to be getting one anytime soon because the Star Wars movie that was meant to be coming out at the end of next year, Star Wars Rogue Squadron by Patty Jenkins, the Wonder Woman director, it's been cancelled. God only knows why, and I don't know why Lucasfilm keep doing this. They announce these shows and movies and projects, video games, and then they're never heard of again. Um, After Solo flopped at the box office, they've just been scared to make another movie. And they now the president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, she put out a statement saying she thinks Solo flopped because there was no deep fake of Harrison Ford. And that's the most BS stuff ever. I don't think it failed because there's no deep fake of Harrison Ford's face. I think it's because it came out a few months after The Last Jedi came out. And after The Last Jedi came out, the Star Wars fandom was ripped in half. Barely anyone was happy with Star Wars at that time. Nobody wanted to go watch another Disney Star Wars project. And her saying, "Oh, Maybe if we had Harrison Ford deepfake, that one disrespects the original actor, not the original actor, the
Yep.
actor who played Han Solo in the Solo movie. That disrespects him by saying, "Oh, he's not good enough. We should have just done Harrison Ford's deepfake." It flopped, and I think this, I think this is the real reason why it flopped because the Last Jedi. Last Jedi tore the fandom, and that's just my say on it. Um,
Easier to blame the fans than it is to
blame yourself.
um
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So Rogue Squadron's cancelled. Who knows if they'll come back to it? Probably not, because once they cancel stuff, they don't even put out a proper announcement that they've cancelled it or that they're postponing it. Um, they just change it. With Andor, they didn't say, "Yeah, we're delaying it 3 weeks." They just brought the new trailer out and said, "Oh, we're 3 episodes on 21st of September." There you go. And obviously, we're here now, which is good. And I am enjoying this show so far, and am excited to see what's next. But that's my little rant. um, I just,
Do you think it has the potential to be one of the best Star Wars content that we've had in, say, since Revenge?
no.
You don't think it has the potential to be that good?
Mando, it's gonna be really difficult to beat Mandalorian season 2 finale and Mandalorian show in
Yeah.
general. It it does have the potential. I'll say that it does, but it would be really hard. Maybe after season 2, maybe once we get a season 2. Season
Yep.
two's been already confirmed and greenlit. There, it's already written. It's done. They just got to film it, and they're filming in November. Maybe I don't think from just season 1. Maybe after the second season. Season 2, I would predict to come out not next year because we got so much stuff coming out next year, and they hate overlapping stuff. That's why the Bad Batch got delayed to January 4 from literally September 28. We were meant to be getting Bad Batch season 2 in a week today. They delay it what 3 4 months. But that is what it is. What it is. And yeah, I don't think it does have the potential after 2 seasons. I think, but it's gonna be hard to beat Mando. Mando.
I don't know. I feel like it could be something special.
It can be something special, but I'll say it here: Star Wars. I know Star Wars is a lot more than the Force and lightsabers. I know that, but Star Wars is Star Wars with that stuff, and I
It wouldn't
love
be Star Wars without it.
exactly um this show, it seems a lot more mature and for grown-ups. Tony Gilroy even said, "Oh, this show's for adults." A lot of people got offended by that, like a lot of adults that watch Star Wars, because he said, "Oh, this is the first Star Wars project for adults." Um, but it does definitely seem a lot more mature. Just with the whole the dialogue, um, swearing, first time ever in Star Wars. Which is not a bad thing. It being more mature is definitely a different step, and yeah, but I do definitely believe this could be a turning point for Star Wars, for Disney Star Wars, and it could bring the fandom back together. I really hope so. One show that I think will bring the fandom back together is Tales of the Jedi. Now, obviously, that's animated, and not everyone watches the animated stuff. But God, am I hyped for that? You've seen the trailer, right?
I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah,
We get to
man.
see Anakin again. We get to see Obi-Wan. I
Ahsoka.
think Count Dooku was in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Count Dooku as when he's on the Jedi Council, and
That's right.
we're gonna see his turn. We're gonna see younger Qui Gon when Count Dooku is Qui Gon's master.
I
Um,
wonder if they're going to
Vader.
be able to get Liam Neeson back.
Yes,
I know
it's
he
been
wants to.
announced. Liam Neeson will
Is
be.
has it?
Yep, Liam Neeson will be voicing older Qui Gon, and Liam Neeson's son will be voicing younger Qui Gon. Really
Oh,
epic.
that's got me really excited.
Yeah, and you see Yaddle in the trailer.
Yaddle.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be
Is Grogu
so good.
Yaddle and Yoda's child?
Biggest theory out there. Maybe,
It.
maybe not.
I heavily doubt it.
Well, I'll say this. You know how Jedi Council says, "Oh, you can't get married, you can't have kids and whatever."
Yeah.
But Yoda's species, maybe they were going. extinct. Maybe they were endangered, and so the Jedi Council allowed Yoda and Yaddle to to produce more of their species. Maybe.
I think it's very unlikely, but it's possible.
I mean, if it would, yeah, it's possible. I don't know. It will be explained one day. Um, Hopefully, I assume it would be. Depends where Star Wars goes. Um, but Andor episode 4, 1 week. I I hope it's good. I believe it'll be. I reckon from here, it's gonna get better and better. By the time we get to episode 12, it's gonna be amazing, and fans' minds are gonna be like, "Whoa, whoa! I did not expect that from Andor show." Like going into Andor, like before the watch party, I wasn't that excited. Like I remember when
No.
Kenobi came out, I was, oh my god, and I'm sure all fans were because it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. But this, I
Yeah.
was this like, okay, let's watch it. But once the Disney Plus logo came up and the Star Wars logo and Lucasfilm logo, I got the chills back. But I definitely enjoyed the first 5 minutes. I enjoyed the whole. I've enjoyed every episode. Was very slow. Episode 3 was very good. I definitely like Luthen Rao. Um, and I want to know more about his character. I want them to expand him, and I hope they go more into detail on who he is, what he's doing, what his role is, and I'm sure they will. And he's going to be a big character. And yeah, I'm excited for what's next. And yeah, um, I hope this is a turning point for Star Wars. Like after the sequels, Star Wars they weren't going in a good direction. And then Mando did bring a lot of people back. Literally, you don't even have to be a BA Star Wars fan to watch Mandalorian. Like so many people have watched it. Nearly everybody I know has watched The Mandalorian. Even people that don't like Star Wars who never watched Star Wars. Everyone just seems to watch The Mandalorian. And it's a great show, Mandalorian, and it's gonna be hard for other shows to compete with it. Um, but no, I hope it's a turning point for Star Wars. I hope we get more movies. Tony Gilroy's movie, but my biggest thing is they've gave Tony Gilroy now a contract to make a movie, but not Dave Filoni.
Yeah, it's kind of got me a little worried.
Yeah, like I understand Dave Filoni's doing all these other shows, but you prioritize a movie over a show. Cut down the amount of shows he's doing. Focus on a movie. It's Dave Filoni. He's no Star Wars better than anybody at Lucasfilm. He's literally George Lucas's apprentice. And he was at Lucasfilm when George Lucas was still in. He was at Lucasfilm when George was still in control. And thankfully, um, Disney didn't get rid of him when Lucas sold it. That would have been bad. And I don't think Star Wars would. I reckon Star Wars would be dead. But yeah, Tony Gilroy,
Him and Favreau.
him and Favreau, yeah, Dave Filoni, John Favreau, they're the saving grace for Star Wars. They're keeping it alive, and now I feel like Tony Gilroy is doing the same now. If Andor continues to go on where it's going, and I think once we get to season 2, it's gonna be amazing, and fans are gonna love it. I feel like season 2 would definitely be better because then we could get more of the Death Star stuff. We could get so much more. Jin Erso. Um, so I'm down for an Andor season 2. But yeah. Um, Obviously only 3 episodes in, 9 episodes to go. And again, going back to Kenobi, like Kenobi was 6 episodes, and Andor is twice that. It's double that. It's 12 episodes, and the length of the episodes are about the same. The 38-minute mark to the 45-minute mark. Kenobi was that. So was Andor, and Andor has double the episodes. So I don't know what they went wrong with Kenobi. Wouldn't they prioritize so much stuff to Kenobi? It's a legacy character, most anticipated show ever on all of Star Wars. Um, but I guess they don't
And then
understand that.
you got to think the inclusion of Leia as well in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
It's. I want to know who made that decision because I think if you ask anybody, I'd say Obi-Wan is in their top 5 favorite characters.
Oh
in
yeah,
all of Star Wars.
he's my second favorite character, and
Yeah.
after Yoda. So yeah, I was disappointed with the Kenobi show. Obviously, I don't want to focus on it too much, but um, there was some epic moments in it. Obviously the Vader and Kenobi fight, the Anakin flashbacks. There were amazing moments in it that I absolutely loved. But other
Yeah.
stuff as well. This other stuff outweighed the good stuff. The bad stuff outweighed the good stuff, in my opinion. Um, but no, with Andor, I don't really have anything to criticize apart from it being slow. But that's not a bad thing. It can be a good thing because it starts the story. It clearly shows what is going to happen, who Cassian is, how he gets to where he is in Rogue One, and so I'm thrilled to continue his story. Yeah, Andor acting's amazing, cinematography is amazing, visually it's amazing, the soundtrack, the music is amazing, the visual effects is amazing. The backdrops are amazing, the scenery. So I'm definitely excited for the rest of the show. And yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about Andor before we move on? Obviously, we'll be able to talk about Andor more once more episodes come out and more things start to become fluent. But you got anything else to say about it?
Um, no, I think you covered it all.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have much to criticize about it. It was really good, and I'm excited for episode 4. Yeah. So let's take a little break and we'll be back to talk about Cobra Kai season 5. I've been waiting to do my review since it came out like 2 weeks ago, and yeah, let's get into it. I've got a lot to talk about for Cobra Kai season 5. Andor, I'm really excited for what's next, and let's get to it, guys. We'll be back just after this. And we're back after talking about Andor episode 1 to 3. And now we're moving on to Cobra Kai season 5. It was amazing.
I think it was the best season we've had so far.
Definitely up there. Definitely up there.
Yeah, 100% up there. We've gotten 2 new characters, as in, well, not new, but we see Mike Barnes again,
Yep.
who only plays a small role in it, but I still really enjoyed him being in there. And
Yeah.
Chosen, who I think either him or Terry Silver were the best in the season.
Best in the season, 100%. I reckon Chosen is like the best at karate out of them all. That's my opinion. I reckon he'd beat
Oh,
all of them.
100%.
Like obviously, Terry Silver beat him in the pool, but they have a proper karate match. Ooh, be close. But
You
no,
can't forget, though, Chosen was drunk. Chosen was
I forgot.
lost.
Yes, he was. He was drunk as hell. They were partying, and he absolutely he does beat up Terry Silver. Um, obviously he doesn't win.
I'd
He's
say
drunk,
Chosen had about
so
half an hour to sober up. In that
yeah,
car ride there, probably about half an hour, 45
and
minutes to sober up.
yeah, um,
Which isn't enough.
no
Not to
way,
be at your peak.
no way. Yeah,
Um,
definitely not. Yeah, after getting drunk, you can't just become your normal state again after 30
no.
minutes. You gotta sleep it off and stuff. Um, uh, I would say some things this season I wasn't a huge fan of. Like the first half was really like unneeded. Obviously, they need to fill up 10 episodes, but the first half with Miguel in Mexico, I don't know. It felt really useless. Like
I agree.
Miguel's dad didn't even figure it out that he was his son, and the fact that Mexico's a massive place. The fact that Miguel found his dad that easy is just too how do I too easy, I guess. Like he found him
Yeah.
super quick, super easy. Like it's unrealistic, and yeah. But once we got to season 5, episode 6, Once we get to episode 6, it really started to catch up, and it was amazing. Obviously, I'm loving that Robbie and Johnny their relationship's coming back. And
Yeah.
Robbie's not so much the bad guy anymore. Robbie's one of my favorite characters from Cobra Kai. And yeah, I'm glad to see him back, with Johnny, and Miguel and him aren't on bad terms anymore, really. So
What did you think of that fight between Robbie and Miguel?
it was good. It mended their friendship, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Miguel was about to kick him off the balcony, but then he got flashbacks of when it happened to him, and then him ending up in hospital. So it was really good. It was really nice. Once when I saw that in the trailer, I'm like, oh, here we go, two teenagers doing their karate again. But no, it actually was really good.
Yeah.
And Johnny's having a child with Miguel's
Oh
mum.
my god, it was,
Oh
and that
dear.
being the moment that makes him fight harder at the end.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I got so hyped when I saw that. But back on Miguel quickly. I agree with the whole, like, with him being in Mexico part.
Yeah.
I get it if they wanted to build on his character, but it just didn't feel like they did. Once he get left Mexico and he was like apologizing to his mum and stuff, once that stopped, it felt like it didn't go anywhere. It didn't drive his character for the rest of the season. Maybe his dad will come back in a later season.
Mm.
Um, but it felt useless. It felt not needed. I enjoyed Robbie and Johnny spending time together, but it was not necessary and a waste of 2 episodes.
I agree. Obviously they're trying to fill the 10 episode thing, but it could have been conveyed a bit better. They left us on a massive cliffhanger at the end of season 4. Miguel leaving, Kreese going to prison, and then it just, yeah. And talking about Kreese, I was really disappointed with
Oh,
him in season 5, to be honest. We didn't get enough of him. Obviously, the parts we got of him was badass because Kreese is a badass character and he's sick as. But I wish we got more. I loved his entrance at the end. His exit at the end, leaving the prison. That
it
reminded
was.
me of the Joker scene in The Dark Knight.
Yep.
That really reminded me of that. And when the Joker, leaves. And at the start of the season finale, when Kreese got stabbed, I was shocked. Like I had my reaction up as well. I was shocked. I was like, I was speechless. I was literally gonna cry. And then we have to wait that whole long episode until at the end we finally get to see what the hell happened, and it's just Jello. It's just Jello.
Yep.
Um, so that was nice. Um, and Daniel does his little karate kick to
Yeah.
Terry, and obviously beats him, and then Terry gets taken away to prison now. But obviously he's gonna go to court and stuff, and Mike Barnes, Johnny Chosen, well, they ambushed Silver's home. They illegally trespassed on Silver's home, so that's not gonna look very good for them in court.
Yeah, so they haven't confirmed a season 6 yet, but
Yeah,
both William Zabka and Ralph Macchio are confident in a continuation of the show.
definitely, yeah.
Um, so
The writer, um, he's Hurwitz. I forget his first name, but last Hurwitz. John Hurwitz. He's everyone's got the name John. John
yep.
Hurwitz. He definitely wants to do season 6. He's currently working on a different show, but he put out a statement and saying once he finishes that, he'll talk to the executives at Cobra Kai and Netflix and work something out. So I'm confident there'll be season 6. There kind of has to be. I don't want the show to end like that. But I didn't talk to you about this before the podcast episode. I don't know if you heard, but they've just confirmed another Karate Kid movie for 2024.
Hold on.
Did you hear
Okay.
about it?
No, I haven't. I know that there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there are rumors that they want to do a Mr. Miyagi movie, either TV series or movie about when he was younger.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well, we're not sure. It's just a
Oh,
new Karate Kid film has been announced. The franchise has enjoyed a rival in recent years with the success of Netflix series Cobra Kai, and Sony Pictures have announced a new standalone film for release in 2024. However, it is understood that the film is unrelated to the TV show Cobra Kai, with further details on stars and a director yet to be revealed. Cobra Kai co-creator John Hurwitz confirmed he was not involved in a post on Twitter, writing, "The guys and I would love to make a Cobra Kai and Karate Kid movie and hope to someday. But this one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well." The new project will be the sixth film in the long-running Karate Kid franchise, which began in 1984. The most recent movie was released in 2010 and starred Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. Cobra Kai recently released its fifth season, which sees the return of Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, as well as Terry Silver from Karate Kid Part 3. We also get a cameo of Mike Barnes from the Karate Kid Part 3. The official synopsis reads, following the shocking results of the All Valley Tournament Season 5 finds Terry Silver expanding the Cobra Kai empire and trying to make his no mercy style of karate the only game in town. With Kreese behind bars and Johnny Lawrence setting karate aside to focus on repairing the damage he caused, Daniel LaRusso must call an old friend for help. Meanwhile, last year, Andrew Garfield was seemed to be overwhelmed after receiving a message from the Cobra Kai cast. Wait, what? Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield, who is who
He's a
plays the
yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man,
yeah. He's a fan of the
massive Cobra
series.
Kai fan.
Okay, well, that's just an article I just read. So yeah, 2024. We don't know what it could be about. A Miss Miyagi spin-off would be really good. It could also, but unlikely after what I just read, it could be a young Silver and young Kreese film.
Well, they've
Um,
already got the actors for it, but it doesn't
yeah,
include. But so does this mean that it will be in the universe? I assume so.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll have to see. And also
It's
have you seen the next Karate Kid with the girl,
the
Miss Miyagi and the
yes,
girl?
I have.
Well, there's been, you know how they got this big karate competition now, that Cobra
Yep,
Kai and both Miyagi Do slash Eagle Fang got into, which is overseas, the worldwide thing.
Sakai Takai.
Yeah, that there've been people are speculating that the girl from the next Karate Kid could appear there.
I
I
was
think
going to
that'd be
say
a nice.
Jaden Smith's character.
Maybe we could have them both because I'm not
Good.
sure if Jaden Smith is in the same universe as this one though.
Well,
I know the next
so
Karate Kid is. I'm not sure.
um, so it's not confirmed, yes, but Will Smith does own some um rights to Karate Kid or something or other.
Oh,
Will Smith has
cool.
some kind of power in the Karate Kid universe.
Okay.
So if he were to want it to happen, I'm sure that he could
He
get it to
could.
happen.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, wow.
Um, I don't know that until a few weeks ago, but I don't know how much power he has. I don't know what he has, but he's definitely he's included with it.
Okay. Well, then that could definitely happen, and I wouldn't be surprised after knowing that. It'll be interesting to know what this movie will be about. Yeah, 2024, June 2024, so less than 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Um, was there any
Yeah,
other
June 7, 2024.
Okay. Was there any other disappointing things about season 5?
Um, Not really, only the first half was really just pointless in my opinion. I don't want to hate on Cobra Kai because I bloody love it, but in my opinion, just the start was not
Slow.
not needed, and yeah, slow like Andor. But I wish we got more Mike Barnes. Um,
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't get the cameo of him, with his furniture store. But
Yeah.
who do you reckon burnt down his furniture store? Terry? Terry?
Oh, it has to be Terry.
Yeah.
Unless there's a
That was so sad to see.
unless there's a secret secret villain,
Who
but
knows?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Um, Something that I've criticized the earlier seasons for was a lot of the quote unquote teenagers, like
Mhm.
the younger cast
Yeah.
members,
Yeah. Yeah.
had weren't had that. The acting was amateur. It wasn't fantastic.
Yeah.
But I feel like this season it was tidied up a lot more.
Oh,
There are still some
definitely.
annoying characters.
Yeah.
We can probably
Yeah.
assume who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they no, I feel like it either tied it up a lot more or it focused more on the adults.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You know, some stuff in Cobra Kai is really cringy. You know, a whole
Yeah.
still fight over karate of all the teenagers. Like, it's sometimes a bit cringy, but this season definitely focused more on the adults, and I like that. It was much better.
Something
Have
that I have
you?
to praise. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, have you ever seen the behind the scenes of Cobra Kai?
Bits and pieces.
Oh, have you ever seen the behind the scenes of the fight scenes?
Um, I've seen
Maruzu?
some of like small choreographies, but not
Okay,
a lot. No.
it's so funny to watch. You have all the
Is
little green men in the green screen suits running around and lifting up all the actors' arms and legs. It's
really?
hilarious. Yeah, that's literally how they fight. They have all the little green men running around. It's hilarious. I remember when I watched it,
Oh wow.
I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah, it was funny to see.
Um,
So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
every
know that.
time they fight, it's just some little green men running around. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it had choreography, but that's kind of
Some of it
disappointing
does
to hear.
with some of the older actors do some of the younger cast, but the school fight that was all little green men running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a fun fact about so it's okay. So Ralph Macchio was born on February of 1962, right? So that makes him 60. Well, 61
I
now.
know, bro. He don't look like he's in
No.
his 60s. He looks early 40s.
Yeah, he looks great for his age. But something funny. Terry Silver's actor was born in March of the same year.
Terry, what the hell, bro?
So Terry Silver
Thomas Ian
is
Griffiths. Yeah,
is younger than Ralph Macchio,
that's
which makes it Terry
crazy.
Silver.
And then when you watch the
It's
Karate Kid Part 3, he looks like Thomas Ian Griffiths. He looks like such a much older guy, but he's
yeah.
literally younger than Ralph.
I did not know that Ralph Macchio was 60
Yeah,
years old.
that's crazy, man. I
He
remember when I found
looks
that out. Found that
early
out, I was
50s.
like, "What?"
He looks so good for his
He
age.
does. He does. It's yeah.
Yeah, I think this is one of the better seasons.
Oh, definitely. Chosen. I love him,
Chosen
man.
is the star of this season.
Definitely.
He
Definitely.
is
It was amazing.
he's comedic. He's got the
He has
best fighting
everything. Yeah.
chore-
Yeah.
choreographies. Like his fight at the end with Terry was amazing.
Yeah. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
definitely
got
excited for season
I did get
6.
scared with the weapons.
Oh, I know. When he pulled them out, Terry, he got the weapon. Oh, I was like, oh god. And then when Chosen got stabbed in the pill and was just left there, I'm
I
like,
thought he was
what the
dead.
hell? There's so much death in this because we hadn't known that Kreese was still alive. I'm like, so much death in this episode. I was freaking out.
I enjoyed it. Like
Oh, I did too. That
um,
season
what was
finale
the
was
best part of
incredible.
the season?
Oh, the season finale for sure.
Just the entire episode.
The entire season finale, that was amazing. You know, from the anticipation with Kreese, is he still alive? What the hell's happened with Mike Barnes coming back again? The fight between them all, and it wasn't the cringy kids fighting. We finally got the adults coming together and fighting.
Yeah,
And I wish Kreese was involved in that, but bro, I feel like Kreese is gonna go on a bloody Michael
he's gonna go on a
Myers
spree.
freaking sabotage.
I think he's going to be manipulating it from behind next season,
Yeah, yeah,
and then at
and
the end of the season, they find out that it's him.
but that's 2 seasons in a row that we've had a prison, someone going to jail. bloody cliffhanger. And I really
Yeah,
want to know what the hell's going to happen to Terry. You know, he's rich. I'm sure he can really bribe his way out of something. And obviously, Chosen and Mike Barnes and Johnny, they trespassed in his home. So, as I said earlier, that's not going to look very good for them
not at all.
when it comes to the lawsuits in the court. But now, you know, the kids, they hacked into the computer, teenagers, and they uploaded the video of Stingray being assaulted by Terry Silver and not John
No,
Kreese.
it was they couldn't get that. Remember, it was about how
It's the
Tori.
conference,
Um,
the paying the ref.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
what they
got that one
found
and they
because
uploaded it. So, that's gonna put a lot more evidence on Terry being the bad guy. But now
yeah,
Kreese could have easily got out of there could have got out of there innocent once all the pieces got puzzled together, and but he beat up a doctor and two security guards. So
yeah, he's
now he can get in there for assault. So it's not looking good for anyone really. For the good
no.
guys and the bad guys, they've all got charges against them. And you know, Daniel LaRusso, some guy just owns a bloody car
Dealership.
dealership, yeah, and got a family, and it's not gonna look good for any of them. Obviously, Johnny, he was when we first met him in Cobra Kai, older Johnny,
On.
at the start of Cobra Kai, you know, drunk guy just doesn't have his life together, and now Chosen, most innocent guy ever, was getting stabbed in the back, um, and he could get charged for trespassing. So season 6, I reckon, is going to be amazing if it happens. I'm sure it will. It has to happen. Um, yeah,
After how well this season has done, I'd be surprised if it would be stupid for Netflix not to.
yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't. They can't just end it there. They have like that's not the end of the story, you know.
They could keep this going from like what was it predicted to be 8 seasons? They could go on for 10. They can carry this on for as long as they
I
want.
don't know. I hope it isn't dragged out though. You know, like one of those
Oh,
shows that
obviously
gets
not.
dragged out. Um, you know, I feel like 7 seasons would be good. Maybe season 6 and then season 7 and then over, or season 6 and then a Cobra Kai movie and then it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be good for the future of Cobra Kai, and like we're literally not going to talk about Cobra Kai until the next trailer comes out. Like that always happens, you know. We're so hyped. A few weeks before Cobra Kai, new season comes out, and then a few weeks after, and then it's just dead. That's what happens when you release a show all at once. But no, I'm excited for what's next for Cobra Kai. Um, and yeah,
Who who do you think was the best like teenager this season? I think a lot of them were disregarded and like
a
none of
lot
them
of
had
yeah, like
key characters.
Hawk was a lot like less involved in the
Yeah,
season. Like um, definitely not as focused. I'd say Robbie or
yeah,
Miguel. The teenagers definitely weren't really focused on, but
no,
Robbie, definitely his character's turning into like his character is having a turn and becoming a better person. Miguel, obviously he's the main teenager character.
yeah,
Um,
that's fun.
Samantha LaRusso. Now, she is kind of annoying, but this season she was alright. But
I didn't mind her.
I can't stand the other LaRusso.
The
The son,
boy
the son. Oh,
can't
oh,
remember
he's
his name.
so annoying. He's just one of those kids, you know. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Um, I'm very happy that Dimitri got his revenge at the end on
Yeah,
Kyle.
but
That
yeah,
was great.
I agree. Tori was a big highlight for this season as well. She's
Yeah,
really good. Um, I wish they did a little bit more with her character. I hope they explain a lot more with her. You know, yeah,
her backstory because we know a little
and
bit.
her
We know that her
family
mum's been
situation.
sick.
Yeah, mum's sick, and she's literally the has to take care of everything in the house.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Um, do you think we're going to see those other senseis again?
I hope so. I
Yeah,
really do hope so. And one of the senseis was Tyron.
is Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I didn't
Yeah,
notice it at first, and then I'm like,
no,
is it him? I went
yeah,
to
it
Google,
was.
and then yeah, it's him, and I was, what the hell? That's crazy. That's pretty cool, though. That's nice touch.
Yeah, he right after it was between fighting Jake Paul those two
Jake,
times he did
yeah,
filming.
yeah. So man, that's
So
pretty cool cameo. And all
gets
the
beaten up by Jake Paul and gets beaten up by Johnny
yeah,
Lawrence.
yeah, yeah, 2 J's. But also the little like the little teasers of like other films and TV shows. Like we got a few like Star Wars mentions and like Rocky mentions.
Yeah, we
I
always
love
get
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that. That was
It's
nice. Like my two favorite film franchises, Star Wars and Rocky. They both mentioned it, and that was pretty cool.
yeah,
I
I
just So yeah, it's cool to know those exist in their universe. Yes,
yeah,
pretty funny.
it it's not, so it's you can tell that it's not a kids show sometimes. Like
Oh
there's
yeah, yeah.
on a few occasions they drop an F bomb. Like
Mm,
um
mm.
Danny at the end of it was at the start of the last episode. Sorry, he when they were all gonna go fight Sylvie, he's like, "This is fucking insane."
Yeah,
Um,
which is
there's
good
some
because
points.
sometimes when they try to, oh, we can't do that because we have kids watching it. It can really make it cringe. I understand, their target market is targeted at all audiences, but it's good when it's just a bit more grown up because this is better for people that are older, and that's like the same with Andor show. It's targeted more at adults now and older, mature people, which is good. Yeah,
I
it's
think
it's
it
a, it's a new
displays a
Star Wars.
seriousness.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
It,
serious. It's more realistic. I would also say.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it,
that's what helps because when
yeah,
everybody's
and you
fighting
relate
in
to it more.
schools,
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause, yeah, when there's all these kids fighting in schools, it's good to be like a little bit more grounded and not saying bully or jerk all the time. It's like nice to drop a little F bomb here and there. Like at the end of
Definitely.
season 4, when
And like the crude humor and
when
stuff.
yeah, at the end of season 4 when Hawk, right before his fight, I don't remember his line, but Moon, his ex-girlfriend, says
Yeah.
something to him, and he goes, "I know who I am now," and
Yeah.
then he drops an F bomb, and I'm like, "Let's go!" Like you
Yeah.
really get behind him when they bring that kind of flair, when they bring
Exactly.
that kind of like
I
excitement.
I
It's
I totally agree. Yeah.
um, it really helps me back the character.
Yeah. And it can relate to you more realistic, like it's more to the real world. Although, with some things obviously relating to the real world isn't that good because, it's in a different universe. Obviously with Star Wars, we don't want it to relate to our universe. But sometimes, when it's more adult, more mature, it connects with us better and it's more enjoyable. Obviously when you're younger, when you grow up, your humor changes, your love thing changes, your interests change. And it's good to have that change in television series and movies.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um but a lot for Cobra Kai and Karate Kid hopefully to come. With the Karate Kid movie being announced, that's pretty epic. Cobra Kai season 6, I'm sure it will happen.
it
Um,
has to.
I'd say maybe this time next year or December. They might go back to doing the New Year releases. It was pretty good because we got season 4 and season 5 within 9 months, which was awesome. We basically got it in the same year, New Year. We got season 4, and now in September we got season 5, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to wait too long for it though.
No, I really hope not. Um, that's the thing with like these shows, it's a big gap usually between them. And we get all the episodes at once, so you binge it all, and then you gotta just create theories and just hold on until the next season. So that's what we're doing right now, holding on to the next
Do you
season.
prefer having a being able to binge watch or slow releases?
Yeah, it depends. Like with Star Wars, I get so annoyed waiting every week for a Star Wars show,
Yeah.
but it makes it more exciting and it drags the show out, which um is sometimes okay, sometimes not. But like Star Wars shows, they always release it weekly, and yeah, I would prefer. It really depends. Like during school, no, not all at once because I'm not gonna be able to watch it all at once. But holidays, sure. Holidays you can drop it all at once, sure, because then I
Yeah.
get to binge watch throughout the holidays, and then rewatching it and stuff. But I don't know. I don't really have a. I don't really prefer one over the other. I do get annoyed waiting every week for Star Wars, but especially on like episodes that aren't too good, and you waited a whole week
Yeah.
for an episode,
Filler
and then it's
episodes.
this. Yeah, you waited a whole week for some bull episode that, and now you just got to wait a whole another week. But then with like Cobra Kai, if the episode's not too good, move on straight to the next one. And
But you don't have as long to enjoy the episodes.
yeah, I agree.
It's a
It's
it's a win-lose situation no matter how you
I
go.
agree. Like obviously with ratings from the general public, it's better if the show's released all at once because everyone watches it all at once. But then say with like the Kenobi show, for example, like every week when they released it, reviews just got worse and worse because it was a bad episode. And so that
Yeah.
that extra week, and some people don't go back and change their review, so it can damage the reviews. But they also like Star Wars, they do it for money because um if they release episodes weekly, then that drags out your Disney Plus subscription. So and all Star Wars shows are more than 4 episodes, so that's more than a month. So that extra month you've got to pay for another subscription because some people just subscribe for when
Yeah.
something comes out. So it can be a smart business trick. But Netflix isn't really like that. They always release things at once. But yeah, it
Yeah.
just depends on really the show. Star Wars, the state of Star Wars at the moment, I'd rather if they dropped everything at once, just because some episodes of this so just aren't the best. With Star Wars at the moment. At the moment. So yeah, I don't.
Hopefully things change for that.
I
But
hope so. I feel like with Andor, they're gonna turn around. I hope so. And then Mando season 3, Soka next year. Some good things coming. Yeah.
yeah, it's it's good, but out of it's Cobra Kai as a show is I'm thoroughly enjoying it, but
Definitely.
what do you
5 seasons now.
think is going to be what do you think is going to be the next few seasons? Like they've done a lot. That's all of the characters from the first 3 movies.
Mm, mm. Yeah, like they've even included Ali in there as a little cameo.
Yeah,
They could, obviously, what's her name from
I
Karate Kid
can't.
Part 2?
Is it,
The girl and the Karate Kid Part 3. That other girl they could include. I forget her name. Forget their names, but Chosen also called her in Karate Kid. In Cobra Kai season 5.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
she
we could see them. They could add to the story. Who
well,
really knows? Mm, I'll just
is there
speculate.
anybody that you'd like to see?
Um,
We can't think of anybody because yeah,
this
the only 2 people I can think of is the next
Sin.
Karate Kid and the Jaden Smith.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to see Mr. Miyagi flashbacks
I
somehow.
do, but I also don't want them to tarnish the character.
I agree. Sometimes you need to leave a character, and like some characters don't need a sequel and a prequel. You know what I mean? Some character just needs
Yeah,
to be left. Yeah,
yeah. I
just
don't want to ruin the
just
image of
like
Mr.
in
Miyagi.
exactly, it's like an example taking Kenobi show
Yeah,
with those characters, the legacy characters. They could have done it a whole differently, and they failed. And I don't want Cobra Kai to fail with Miss Miyagi. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
he's probably the most important
Yeah,
character. He is
definitely.
Karate Kid's
He's
Yoda.
he is, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, yes.
Um, I would trust them, like Netflix, to do a better job, and the writers to do a much better job with Mr. Miyagi's character than what I would trust Star Wars to do. But it's still not a road that I would be happy going down.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I don't know. Also there was this theory floating around the internet that Terry Silver is this evil at the moment is because he's trying to do everything in his power because he's dying.
I've seen that theory. Yeah,
You saw it? Okay, when we first saw him, when did he come in? Season 4?
yeah. The start of
Yeah,
season 4.
season 4, when he was at the start, he was eating, and he didn't want to eat, and then the guy, like his butler or waitress or whatever, said, "Oh, do you want me to call you a doctor?" Why would he randomly just say that? He's obviously, had some problems. You can also see pills on the table. There's
Yeah,
I forget the whole theory, but there's heaps of evidence. I'll link the theory down below for you guys. It's by my good man, Star Wars Theory. He put his video up on his Cobra Kai channel, Cobra Kai Theory. That's where I saw it from. So I'll link it down below. You guys go watch it because that's a really good theory, and it definitely could be legit. And I think um John Hurwitz, he's a creative guy, and like these people, they plan ahead. They plan seasons and seasons ahead on what could happen. So back then they could have planned, okay, we could make him ill, and then that could plan into something else in, let's say, season 6. So maybe he's this evil because he knows that he doesn't have long left to live, and he's trying
he
to
wants
do
to
what he
keep
wanted.
his legacy.
Correct, yeah. He wants to continue his legacy and try to do everything he's wanted to do before his time's over. That
Yeah,
that's really good theory, I reckon. So yeah, I'm excited.
we've also
Season 6.
got the introduction of the new the season 6 sets up. Sorry, season 5 sets up a lot because we've got all of that between um the whole Terry going to jail and
Yeah,
then Kreese getting out, and then if chosen, Mike, Johnny, and
Mike
Daniel
and
get
Mike
in
Barnes.
trouble.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I hope they continue with Mike Barnes. I hope they bring him back. I'm
yeah.
sure they will. And all these characters coming together. It's good to see characters from the original Karate Kid Part 2 and Part 3. All the characters on the screen at once. That's amazing. I want to see a whole brawl between all the
Yeah,
originals. That'd be mad.
but we've also got the now we've got the Sakai Takai
Tournament,
event.
yes, yeah,
It's I feel like there's a lot to go through now.
definitely, yeah.
Um,
That's gonna be amazing. Obviously, the rivalry between Cobra Kai and then Cobra Kai and
Miyagi Fang.
Miyagi Do or Miyagi Fang. Yeah. So, yeah, who do you want to win? Who are you going for, Cobra Kai or Miyagi Fang?
I don't know, like
I would be going for the original Cobra Kai, but the people at Cobra Kai now, man, they're so
it
annoying.
doesn't
Like,
feel like it is
I
Kenny.
feel
I don't
like
like Kenny.
okay, no, me either. I feel like Kreese is gonna try to mend his relationship with Johnny. He might join Miyagi Do, or imagine that Daniel, Johnny, and Kreese up against Silver. Tori comes over to Miyagi Fang. Miyagi Fang would win easy. You got Hawk, you got Miguel, you got
Yeah,
Tori. Then you've got Sam. Yeah,
it's.
I
I think it's
definitely
going to be a
I I I think Kreese will try to mend his relationship with Johnny. I don't know if it will work though.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Kreese. He's either going to be the bad guy again or
Edge. Yeah.
um something else. But they have so much freedom, and I like it because they can do whatever they like,
Yeah.
and it's exciting. I don't want to wait too much longer for it, but I'd rather it not be rushed either.
I agree. Yeah. Um,
So
I feel like it'll be done right. They take the time and just sort the characters out, every single one. It'll be good, and yeah, season 6 can a lot can happen there. So
yeah, I don't think I've got much more points on the show. Just
no,
yeah, I'm really excited for the
season
next
5
one.
was really good. I'm excited for the movie, and yeah, I think we covered everything. That was good. Yeah. So that's our review of Cobra Kai season 5. What we expect to happen next. We're gonna take another break, and we'll be back to talk about something that I'm sure you all are hyped for, the NRL, National Rugby League Finals. Let's get to it. We'll be back right after this. And we're back to talk about the NRL finals. It's been incredible so far. The 2022 NRL finals, and I'm stoked for the grand final in a few weeks. I'll run through the scores with you guys, and then I'll get Joseph to do lots of the talking because he's a massive NRL fan and he knows what he's talking about. So, in finals week 1, on Friday the 9th of September, the Penrith Panthers took down Parramatta Eels 27-8. On Saturday the 10th of September, the Melbourne Storm was shockingly defeated by the Canberra Raiders 28-20. Also on Saturday the 10th of September, my second favourite team, the North Queensland Cowboys, defeated the Cronulla Sharks 32-30. Sunday the 11th of September, my favourite team thankfully got payback on the Sydney Roosters. South Sydney Rabbitohs defeated the Sydney Roosters 30-14. 1 week prior to that, the Roosters defeated the Rabbitohs 26-16. In finals week 2, the semi-finals. On Friday the 16th of September, Eels defeated the Raiders 40-4, putting them up against the North Queensland Cowboys in the prelim finals on the 23rd of September, in 2 days. On Saturday, the 17th of September, my team managed to pull through. South Sydney Rabbitohs thankfully defeated the Cronulla Sharks 38-12, putting them up against the Penrith Panthers in the prelim finals, the 2021 Grand Final rematch.
So, we'll start with the first week of the finals. So the Penrith Parramatta game. I personally thought that Parramatta would have done a much better job, but it was close up until I think there was a great try that shifted the momentum by Brian To'o. He somehow he pushed off 2 of his defenders and scored the try. It was a good try, and that broke it. And then once, I think it was 10 or so minutes later, Mitch Moses got knocked out by Filiami Kikau's knee. He went for a low tackle and he was knocked out. He was frigid on the floor. He had to leave the pitch, and then Penrith proceeded to then score off the back of it. From there, they just kind of ran through them. I thought that Parramatta would have put up much better performance considering that they beat Panthers earlier in the year. But it was a good game, and it was okay because Parramatta then proceeded to beat Raiders a week later. But so the second game of the weekend, which was the Melbourne Storm versus the Canberra Raiders, I saw it coming.
Shocking. I didn't, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Melbourne would have done better, but Raiders have been kind of a dark horse this season.
Yeah, I'm glad Raiders beat them though, because I'm fed up with the Storm. So fed up with them.
Yeah, they're missing a few players, and they will be missing a lot of players next season. So I feel like they needed this to then push them forwards. Losing in the first round of the finals, getting kicked out, they were 5th on the ladder, just missing out on 4th. I believe Cronulla Sharks are 4th. So they just missed out, but they needed this to push them forwards because they're losing the Bromwich brothers next season. Christian Welch has an AC tear and an Achilles tear, so he went back until a few weeks into the first few games of the 2023 season. They're also losing Kufusi, their second rower. So their forward pack will be lacking. They need to make it a lot of signings, but losing in the finals in the first week, it doesn't look good for them. Craig Bellamy's getting older. He's only signed a 1-year contract. It was shocking, and they needed to win this, but they didn't. Canberra Raiders came out on top. I think that they have a good shot. Well, I think they did have a good shot, but then Parramatta blew them out of the water. If Mitch Moses put on a masterclass against them the next week,
Yeah.
Um, the big game of the weekend, or these were the two big games of the weekend. The Cronulla versus Cowboys. This game, I didn't get to watch a lot of it. I got home from work at 10 o'clock. The game was still
Mm,
on. It went past the 5 minute of overtime.
yeah. Yeah.
So it went to golden point, in which the
Yeah.
game wouldn't have stopped until somebody scored a point.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen that in the finals.
Not no, not in a very,
I haven't heard
very
of it in
long time. Not in
finals.
my lifetime.
No. Um, it was finished by a 40-meter field goal by Valentine Holmes.
Mm,
That's a great
it
kick.
was yeah.
Nico Hines, Cronulla, halfback, missed one like a few minutes prior, but both teams played really well. It was 30-0 up until that point. It was a good game, but the final game of the weekend, which was the most intense and craziest game I've seen, was the Rabbitohs and Roosters, the two oldest teams in the league,
Oh, bro, I
bash it
was.
out.
Oh yeah.
Have you have you seen the record-breaking statistic that happened in this game?
No,
There
enlighten
were
me here.
7 sin bins.
Yeah, dude. I 7. I
7.
knew that was a lot, and I was getting quite annoyed with all the sim bins. 7. That's is that the most in all time?
Yep.
That's crazy. The game was a whole brawl, bro. It was a good game. It was a whole bloody brawl. It was good.
Um.
I'm
Yeah.
glad Rabbits came out on top.
So Milne, I think it. Rabbitohs got sent off twice. Victor Radley got sent off twice. Jared Warrior-Hargreaves got sent off, and there was 2 more that I couldn't think. Oh, there was Tom Burgess who got sent off, and there was one other
Yeah.
sending off that I can't think of who it was. But so Roosters lose that.
Yeah.
It was an intense game.
It
James
was.
Tedesco got knocked out
It
really
was
early on.
enjoyable. It was a
Um,
whole brawl.
it was crazy.
Yeah. Bro, I was on and off my chair watching that. Like, obviously, I'm going for the Rabbitohs, but I can't stand the Roosters, and I'm so happy we beat them. Like
It was
my mate's a Roosters fan, and when Roosters beat us in the final round of all the rounds, or round 25,
yeah.
he was shoving it in my face, and now once we beat them, he's really backed off. He's shut up.
Oh, I can
But
imagine it was.
oh,
Oh, an absolutely crazy
unbelievable.
game. And then Rabbitohs proceeded to beat. Who was it that they beat? Sharks.
Yeah, Sharks.
They beat
Bro,
Sharks.
I can't stand Sharks. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Just they weren't there. I
Yeah,
suppose.
no.
Latrell
It
Mitchell
was a
put on a
big
great
gap.
game.
It was 38-12.
That's right.
Yeah, 38-12, and Cronulla Sharks beat that, man. Cronulla Sharks from the grubs, and I've never liked them. Main reason because Paul Gallen played for them, but
What do you mean? Paul Gallen's the best player in the world.
go away. Nah, bro. He's a boxer now.
I know.
He
He's
thinks
beaten
he's.
2 Queenslanders.
I know.
I
The
hate it.
other night I watched that. It was so pathetic. It was such a
Oh,
pathetic fight. He had 2 fights in the one night. It's so pathetic. These rugby league players thinking they can become these pro boxers.
can we get Paul Gallen versus Jake Paul?
Oh, I would love it.
Can we get that?
But you know what I
Paul
want to see?
Gallen versus Jake
I don't
Paul.
know if you're a big boxing fan, but I am. Like, my family's involved in it a lot. But like Joe Goodall, he's one of Australia's best heavyweight boxers. I want Joe to fight Paul and knock his block out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I am.
I want Paul Gallen to suffer a lot, man. Get knocked down to that canvas.
Oh, he did. He suffered and lost for 8 years in the Origin.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but
It's time.
unfortunately,
It's time.
he lifted the shield before he retired.
Oh yeah, I know. That was.
But so the second weekend, the Parramatta versus the Raiders and blew them out of the park.
Mm.
It wasn't confirmed until late in the week that Mitch Moses would play, but I feel like they could have done it without him. He didn't play. He wasn't in the original lineup because of his head injury when Filiami kicked out and kneed him in the head. But
Yeah.
legally, it wasn't Filiami's
No.
fault.
No.
Mitch Moses went for a low tackle and caught the lower thigh of Filiami and was out cold. So he wasn't guaranteed to play, but they played him. I think that they could have survived without him. Clint Gutherson, he's inconsistent, but he's a good player. Reed Marnie, I think, is an underrated number 9.
Definitely. Yeah.
Mike Acevo, since he's come back, he's been just
Yeah.
a machine.
Yeah.
But it was unfortunate. I had the Raiders to have an upset again, but no, it wasn't to be. But these are the big games. These preliminary finals, which is a repeat. The first game is a repeat of the no, sorry, it's the Saturday game. The Friday night game is the Cowboys versus the Parramatta Eels. It's
go Cowboys, man. My second favorite team.
I hope the Cowboys win.
Bro, see, I'm Cowboys are my second favorite team. Rabbitohs are first. And if it's, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If it's Rabbitohs and Cowboys grand final, man.
I think it could be. I actually think it could be.
That would be the dream, like both teams in grand final, but up against each other. Okay, I would usually go for South Sydney, but I would want Cowboys to win in honor of Paul Green.
I back that. I can back that.
I would want Cowboys to win in honor of.
How emotional would it be if they win that?
Their second grand final win ever.
Let's not talk about the first one.
2015 one.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Ben Hunt is okay. He redeemed himself in this year's Origin, but bro,
it was unfortunate. Okay,
I remember watching him in my living room. Bro, my brother, he doesn't follow NRL anymore, but when he did, Broncos fan, I was Cowboys. I was going for Cowboys because second favorite team. And man, that was the day, bro. My two favorite teams won each year. So 2014, the Rabbitohs won. And then
Adam Reynolds carried.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm kidding. GI.
I missed GI, man.
And
then Cowboys 2015. But
yeah.
Ben Hunt, he lost it for you guys.
He did. Lost it. But no, as you said, he redeemed himself by catching that chip kick from Nathan Cleary this year, which, by the way, wasn't even on. That chip kick that Nathan Cleary did wasn't on. There were plenty of Queensland players in the middle of the field. Somebody would have caught it. If not, somebody would have put him on his ass.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that he could have done there. But Ben Hunt, just the snatch, the run, he's so versatile. He's 32 years old, yes, but I'd say he's still one of the best players in the league. He can play 6. He's one of the best running halves in the game. He can play 6, he can play 7, he can play 9, he can play 13. He can play the spine to a T, better than some of the others in the league.
Yep. Yeah, I'd agree.
I kind of hope that he goes to, I don't know, St. George Illawarra. He's too good for them. They don't give him enough. He asked for a contract of $800K. They said no, even though he's been their best player for the last 2 years.
What's he on right now?
Sorry?
What's he on right now?
I think he's on 750.
Okay.
He asked for 800. I think he was either 800 or 850K.
Yeah.
I think for St. George Illawarra, like, obviously, if he's at the Panthers, for instance, or the Storm, I don't think he deserves as much, but for what he does at St. George, I'd say he deserves $1 million.
Oh, I agree.
But yeah, sorry, back to the finals. I think Cowboys take this game.
I hope
Eels
so, man.
just
In honor of Paul Green, dude. Like, that would be amazing.
I think so. I think they can beat Eels. I'm not sure if it's a home game for them, but the way that Chad Townsend, Val Holmes, Kyle Felt's back in the team. I really highly rate Kyle Felt. He's a little bit of a grub, but he's just such a good winger. He's a poor man's Corey Oates.
Yeah.
Taulagi, Val Holmes, as I said. There's Tommy Dearden, Origin 3. He was probably one of the best players on the field in Origin 3, or his debut for Origin. And there's Scotty Drinkwater playing at fullback. There's Reece Robson, their dummy half. I feel like he's underrated. Eels are good, but I just don't think they're going to be able to get through Cowboys defense.
With Rabbitohs and Panthers, do you think Rabbitohs are going to pull through? I'm a Rabbitohs supporter, so I'd hope so. But I don't know, man.
I think that they've had their last game. Their last game was round 24, and so Jackson Paulo, Rabbitohs number 5, he had a fluffer. It wasn't his best game. He dropped the ball on multiple occasions. It wasn't of the performance of the Rabbitohs as a team. It was he who had his errors, and it did cost them the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there was also some iffy calls where there was a tackle like 2 meters off their line. Latrell Mitchell put his foot in the line. He turned around, and it was called offside. I then saw reviews later on which he wasn't offside. As I said, he put his heel on the line, which plays him onside.
Yeah.
But then it was awarded a penalty, so then they took the 2, and then momentum shifted.
Yeah.
But it goes to show that there's a few things that need to go Panthers' way for them to then be able to win. I'm not saying that they didn't deserve to win, but
no, yeah.
Like if it was slightly, if it was a little bit different, Rabbitohs could have won. That's how close these teams are, and
so they get their revenge.
Exactly. Lachlan Elias is having a great season. Cody Walker has a great season, but Latrell Mitchell coming back in the side for the last half of the second half of the season, he's changed that team.
Yeah.
Tom Burgess is out of the team, but so is Taylor May, who is Panthers winger. He originally wasn't out, but I don't know what happened. He had a suspension in which he would be able to take next season, but it was something that the NRL put out a thing in which Taylor May is allowed to play the finals because it's what the fans want. But then when Tom Burgess in the Roosters game got a suspension for 2 weeks, he was suspended for the finals. So I think there was an uproar from the fans from that, which I agree, it's bullshit. One player should be able to play, and the other player shouldn't. It's biased, but Taylor May isn't playing, so now Penrith Panthers have to play the Charlie Saints, who hasn't had a great few seasons. So it's a weakness that Rabbitohs can exploit. He's small, he's young, he's inexperienced, and I'm pretty sure he'll be defending the left side, which is what Rabbitohs' favourite side is. It's Cody Walker's side. It's Alex Johnston's side, who's the highest try scorer in the league right now. And it's Latrell Mitchell's favourite side too. They dominate that side. So if they can exploit that part of it, defensively, Panthers will struggle. I feel like if they have an off night, if Nathan Cleary has an off night, it's game.
Yeah.
I think it's a Rabbitohs Cowboys finish.
I would hope so, but I would be cheering for both sides. Obviously it'd be amazing for Cowboys to win in honor of Paul Green. Like the celebration at the end, dude, if they won that, it'd be really emotional for them.
I would probably tear up.
Yeah, man. A lot of them would, I would imagine. Yeah.
And I don't know. I can see it's such a hard call though, because Rabbitohs, anything can happen. We've seen that if Latrell Mitchell gets injured in the first 20 minutes, that's their game done.
Yeah,
But the same thing with Panthers. If Dylan Edwards or Nathan Cleary get injured in the first 20 minutes, it's game set match. It's like that's done.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
I'm glad Rabbitohs, that we've got what's his name? I'm glad
Where
we've
does he
got
play?
what's his name? We just said his name. We just said his name.
Latrell Mitchell.
Latrell Mitchell. How did I forget?
Yeah,
Latrell Mitchell.
Latrell
I
Mitch.
don't I don't like Latrell Mitchell too much. He's a bit of a grub, in my opinion. But he's a good player. But I don't like him that much. I find him to be a bit of a grub.
I disagree. I don't think he's a grub. I think he's aggressive and passionate. I think
Do you like him?
he lets his emotion get the better of him. That's all he is.
I'm not a big fan of him. I mean, he's a
No,
good
I
player.
understand
Don't
why
get me
people
wrong.
aren't.
He's a good player. Like, don't get me wrong. But not my favorite. Not my favorite.
No, I can understand why, but it's fine because Broncos are going to win it next year.
That's what you always
We just
say.
signed Reece Walsh.
Doesn't matter, man. That's what you always say.
I mean, by no means we've struggled to have a proper fullback, but I won't get onto that. I'm just saying,
No
either we win it next year, or we win it the year after at the end of Adam Reynolds' contract, where he's about to retire, and we beat the Rabbitohs and rub it in their faces that they got rid of him.
Stop once. Oh, man. I'm Adam Reynolds, bloody traitor.
He's not a traitor. Wayne Bennett left and told him to go to the Broncos. He'd be a traitor if he went to the Roosters.
Good old Wayne.
Oh, how do you think the Dolphins are going to go next season?
Oh, that's gonna be fun, bro. I'm rooting for them.
They
Wayne.
they're getting a great forward pack.
Redcliffe Dolphins, yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
I think they're going to have the best forward pack in the league. So
has their roster been announced?
No, but we know all this. We know a lot of their signings. So they've got
Who's they got? If you know.
So they're 8 to. I know they're 8 to 13. Is oh shit. So they got Mark Nichols, who from the Rabbitohs, right? They've got Jesse Bromwich. They've got Kenny Bromwich. They've got Jeremy Marshall King. They've got who's another number 12 they've got? They signed another second rower. They've also got Ray Stone, who's from the Parramatta Eels. They've got two other front rowers that I can't think of, but they've got Brenko Lee from the Broncos. They've got Jermaine Asako from the Titans. I'm not sure. They've got a good starting 11. Oh, sorry, they got Cody Nikorima.
Really?
He's very versatile.
Okay.
They've got a very good basis. If they can get a few more, Anthony Milford from the Knights.
Yes, I heard that. I used to be a Milford fan, but I don't know. When he was at the Broncos, I liked him at the Broncos.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah.
I actually texted Wayne Bennett's Instagram and asked him to sign Ben Hunt so that we could have Wayne Bennett, Ben Hunt, and Anthony Milford back together again.
Oh, very
But
I must admit that
he never replied. So
yeah, I don't think he would. Some old man don't want to reply to you.
I don't even think it was his official account. I don't think he has Instagram. It was just a Wayne Bennett account.
I would doubt it. Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for the Dolphins. I think it's going to be a Rabbitohs Cowboys finish. But I think if it is, it's going to be such a close game if it is.
Bro, imagine if it's Golden Point, bro. What am I gonna do? Oh.
I'll be wearing Cowboys colors.
Okay, I'm gonna wear a mixture. Okay, I'm gonna have my Rabbitohs jersey, my Cowboys shorts, Cowboys hat, Rabbitohs socks. I'm gonna be a mixture.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I'll be wearing Cowboys colors because although they beat us in 2015. They're the other Brisbane team. They're the other Queensland team.
Yeah, and do it for Paul.
They have that kind of enthusiasm and that pushing them to do a little bit better. But
Yeah.
um, Val Holmes, such a good player.
Mm.
Chad Townsend has shown
I
great signing.
When Valentine's Holmes, announced his return to NRL, I was hyped. It's amazing.
Yeah. Um,
Especially when he
I'm
got signed to Cowboys.
after, yeah, but only a few weeks after the NRL Grand Final, we are getting um the World Cup.
Yes. Okay, that reminds me. World. Round 1 next year of the NRL, Manly versus Storm. Do you know where it's played?
Where is it played?
They're playing it in Los freaking Angeles. They're going
What?
overseas. Yeah, got announced the other day. They're going overseas.
We're going worldwide.
Unless I had a bloody dream, bro. NRL
Probably.
Round 1, 2023, Los Angeles.
Damn. Setting them. Yeah, I mean, promoted as much as
NRL
you can.
revised talks for 2023 Los Angeles season opener. NRL
It.
weighing up just Los Angeles as 2023 season opener. That's crazy.
I mean, it'll promote the game. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's a great game.
Manly and Storm.
That'll be a good game too.
Mm.
But it's got
Every
the
year
pace
Manly seem
of.
to just Manly have so much potential, but every year they seem to I don't know, man.
I'm an enjoyer of a lot of sports. I like American football, I like the NFL.
Mhm.
But
How about AFL? An
it's
AFL
slow.
fan?
It's yes, they hit harder, but that's because they're allowed a lot more. Hey,
An AFL?
so
AFL fan?
you are.
Are you?
No, I haven't really watched a lot of that, but
Me either.
I know bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, my family's a big AFL fans, but not me really. Like my brother goes for Richmond, my parents go for the Lions.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Brisbane.
I'm not too fussed over it.
Um,
Oh,
I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan.
yes,
Um,
yeah. But I watch
but
AFL occasionally, and it's funny to watch sometimes. Like
yeah, there
it's good fun.
there's a lot of rule. Like it's slower than the NRL, but
Yeah,
it's they hit harder. But I feel like NRL's a good blend between NFL, AFL, and European football.
yeah,
It's kind of got.
yeah.
If you look at the passion behind it, like so
Oh,
much
totally.
fans get
Yeah,
behind the NRL.
yeah, totally. Yeah,
It's got the excitement that the NFL has, but it has it's the speed of AFL. Obviously not as fast, but it's just a good mix. So I feel like going worldwide will promote it a lot.
yeah.
It's such an enticing sport, and it's yeah, as I said, it has so much passion behind it. Like
I
European
agree.
football, biggest sport in the world. The passion behind it is crazy. If we can get that, I don't think we could. I don't think the NRL can get that big, but like it's I didn't know about that. No, but that's exciting
It is.
for the future.
Um, yeah, Manly and Storm lucky. Overseas from NRL is crazy. Obviously, reaches more fans, and who
Yeah.
knows where. Yeah. How about Union? You fan of Union?
The internationals. Yeah, I don't watch a lot
Yeah,
of the
the
standards.
standards local. Yeah, yeah.
My grandma's a big Union fan. I think she goes
Okay.
for the Wellington team.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's Wellington Thunder, Wellington Lightning. I'm not sure,
Uh huh.
but um, no, I've watched bits and pieces of it. I'm starting to
Yeah,
get into it a
same.
lot, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I agree. Yeah. Oh, well. Think you've covered everything for NRL. You're the expert on this one, and I hope it's Rabbitohs and Cowboys, and it'd be amazing if it went to Golden Point, and that hype.
I want
That'd
to
be.
I want to book out a cinema.
Oh, well, if yeah, we can do
It's
that,
like
bro.
500. It's like $500, but if you get 25 people, it's $25 a person.
Bro,
It's
we can split that. That'd be crazy.
imagine a cinema full of people, in a grand final, going crazy. I wanted to do it for Origin, but
Oh,
um,
dude.
somebody already did it.
Really?
Yeah, somebody booked out
Oh, dude,
VMAX for it.
that'd be crazy, dude. And then if Cowboys and Rabbits and then goes Golden Point, closest game ever,
Oh,
bro. And then Cowboys win the hype, that they would go crazy. And then for Paul Green,
yep,
yo, bro, I can just imagine that.
yep. It'd be so cool. But
Yeah,
that's 2 weeks away. I'm excited.
me too, man. This weekend we've got North North Queensland Cowboys up against Eels. Go the Cowboys, and then obviously the Penrith Panthers versus the Rabbitohs. So
I'm tipping the bunnies.
I hope we can push through 2021 rematch grand final. And I hope we can push through. I hope so, dude.
If not, I hope that Rabbitohs play with the aggression that they played 2 weeks ago against the Roosters and just batter
Oh,
the
dude, yeah.
utter crap out of Penrith.
I hope so, man.
Penrith don't have the depth like a lot of teams do. Like
No,
um,
yeah.
when Dylan Edwards was out for a while, Charlie Sands had to play fullback. He's not that good of a fullback. He's
Yeah.
as I said, he's inexperienced, but he's he has his moments, he has his sparks, but Dylan Edwards is so good. When Nathan Cleary was out for 4 weeks because of that incredibly dangerous tackle,
Yeah.
they struggled. They had O'Sullivan play, and then Jerome Luai had a leg injury. Yeah, so um, Salmon, I think his name was, had to play 6, and yeah, they struggled for a while. They lost. I think that's where they lost 2 games in that
Yeah.
period of time. But if any of their starting squad gets injured, especially in their spine, I feel like they're going to struggle in the finals. And Rabbitohs are aggressive and passionate. If Rabbitohs are at their home stadium, I think
Yes.
it's.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know where they're playing, but if Rabbitohs are in their home stadium, I feel like Panthers will struggle. But yeah, no, that's all
Yeah.
I think I have.
I agree, dude. Great bunnies, go to Cowboys. Yeah. Um, Everything good? Yeah, you reckon covered it all. Um, 32 minutes then. So I think we're gonna move on to the next topic. Long episode today once again, and hope you guys are enjoying. But we're going on one last break, and we'll be back to talk about our final conclusion to this episode: Star Wars and Marvel announcements at D23. So stay tuned. We'll be back just after this. And we are back just after the break. And today, this is our last topic we will be talking about, and that is all the recent Star Wars and Marvel announcements at D23. Now, at D23, Star Wars announcements and updates. We got more updates than announcements at D23 for Star Wars. We got another Andor trailer, obviously, and it was out now, so that was cool. More promotion for that. We got Tales of the Jedi trailer that I am really, really excited for the most. It's definitely the thing I'm most excited for that's, coming out soonish. Obviously Mando season 3, I can't wait. But as we get closer to Mando season 3, I'll probably get more hyped to it for. But right now, bro, I am so hyped for Tales of the Jedi, and I'm sure you can agree with me on that, Joseph. It looks amazing. More Dooku, more Qui-Gon,
Oh,
more Ahsoka, more Anakin, more Kenobi, we get Yaddle, we get more Yoda. I am very excited for that. We got Mando season 3 teaser. Um, but it looks like Mando season 3 has been delayed. At Star Wars Celebration this year, they said it was releasing February 2023, but in the Mando season 3 teaser, they just had 2023. And that's a shame. They keep delaying things, and I assume it's because Bad Batch got delayed to January 4th, 2023. And so, they don't want it to overlap, which is really just annoying. Like, if shows got to overlap, they got to overlap. So yeah, we got Mando season 3 teaser and a few show updates such as Skeleton Crew, Young Jedi Adventures, and of course the highly anticipated Ahsoka series. And as I said, we finally got the official release date for Bad Batch Season 2, which is January 4th, 2023. So, we have to wait longer than expected. It's just sitting there in the files ready, but they don't like shows overlapping, which is annoying, but it is what it is, and we are gonna wait for that. Like, I've kind of planned it all out. If they release Mando in February and it's 8 episodes, that will lead just into, okay, let me get my calendar. So let's say they release it, 16th of February, which is a Wednesday, and they release 2 episodes. So episode 3 on the 23rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will finish on March 30. Star Wars Celebration is the first week of April. So, could we get the Ahsoka show like what they did for Kenobi this year, but for the Ahsoka show? Release the Ahsoka show, episode 1 and 2, when Star Wars Celebration starts. I think that's what they may do. Hopefully, that'd be good. Because Ahsoka's nearly wrapped up filming and it'll be in post production. And I'm really hyped to Ahsoka. I really hope it's the show we've all been waiting for. I want to see Luke and Ahsoka and Anakin Force Ghost talking. That would be amazing in every Star Wars fan's dream. A Luke, Ahsoka, and then Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost. Oh, dude, I would love to see that.
It would it'd be very good. Be very good.
It
Have you
would.
seen the what do you think about the continuous deepfake of Luke Skywalker though?
It was definitely better in the Book of Boba Fett. They can
One
obviously
hundred
keep
percent.
improving on it. And it just gets better every time. So I think they can fluently and I reckon they can fluently and
Consistently.
consistently. Yeah, I reckon they could keep going with it, and as long as they're confident with it, I reckon it can get better.
Yeah. Have you have you seen the comparison between a young Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan?
Yeah, I have
It's
very,
um
very.
Sebastian Stan is the actor for Bucky in Marvel
Yeah,
or Winter Soldier.
yep, yep,
Um
yeah, 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 yeah.
he but it's a weird comparison. Oh, and sorry, it's not weird. It's absurd how much they look alike though. Um, I feel
I know
like if it gets too
it's.
expensive for them to
They,
keep deep faking Luke Skywalker,
I mean, the deep
he's definitely a substitute.
definitely, but deep
And he's
faking
on Disney's
obviously.
contract.
Yeah, he is. With deep faking can be very difficult. I've tried deep faking and stuff that crap. You got to take so many photos of different, like, you got to get like it'd be so much harder with Luke because you got to find images of old Mark Hamill or
Yep.
younger Mark Hamill from the 70s and 80s, and like I tried doing it, and so you have to take many still photos of your face at different angles, and then you have to put it into this deepfake converter app, and then it puts it in, and it takes days to upload stuff, and you have to
Yeah.
take thousands of shots of just one face. This is for one scene. Like it's so difficult.
Yeah.
It'd be
It's
so. Oh, dude.
but I do hope that they do more with Luke and
Oh man,
Ahsoka. I
I
feel
hope
like
so.
is I feel like Ahsoka will be the best Star Wars we've had for a long time. I think it will
Oh, dude.
surpass Mando.
Oh, definitely. Obviously,
Um.
Mando era. We're gonna get Thrawn, Ezra, Luke, Anakin.
Uh.
There's so much potential there.
What about Cal Kestis?
Cal Kestis. Okay, we're gonna get Jedi Survivor March next year. So that'll lead us. That could lead us into the Ahsoka show. Obviously, something could happen. I've always had a theory. I don't think this is gonna come true, but I've had a theory. Something happens to Cal at the end of Jedi Survivor. He goes into a coma, and then in the Andor trailer, we see someone on a table getting medical work who looks very similar to Cal Keswick. I don't think it is anymore, but it looks similar to him. I don't know if I told you this theory, but that could be him. And then Andor show this gives us an update on where Cal is, but I don't think we're gonna get it. To be honest, I don't think so. The far fetched theory.
That would be. I mean, it'd be cool though. Like
Make
I
yeah.
I appreciate crossovers in shows. I don't want
I
that to be
just
fan
don't.
service.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen in Andor.
Yeah. No,
Andor just
Andor's
seems
a
like that
stretch.
show. Seems like the show that's really professional, really mature, really, just
It stays clear
focused
of
on the
yeah,
one group of the characters and the rebels and building that.
yeah. Um. So also, on the D23, we had the Marvel panel. This was packed with shows and films all
Yes.
revealed.
Yeah.
Um, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever footage was shown.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I think it will be. I don't think it'll be movie of the year because I think Top Gun's done too well.
Oh,
But
yeah, Top Gun's amazing, but
um,
I reckon Black Panther would crush box office. You know, the
yeah,
first back Black Panther. That's already the like seventh most highest grossing film of all time, like all time.
yeah.
And now
It
that Chadwick Boseman is no longer with us, unfortunately, very sad. And you know, it's gonna do even better. You know, in respect for Chadwick. So I reckon it's gonna crush records.
yeah, I think it'll do well, but I think it'll peak
Mm.
after the year passes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Top Gun will stay on top for this year, but Wakanda Forever will be big. It'll be massive. We've also had images for Ironheart.
Yeah.
It's a show. I'm excited for
Mm.
that. It's taking another step.
Yeah.
It will be the I believe the replacement for Tony Stark in
Yeah.
the Iron Man heart. Iron Man part. Sorry.
I don't. I'm not really. Just let Tony Stark, Iron Man rest, man. We don't need another one.
Well, in the comics, I believe it was the
I
Secret War comics.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a big Iron Man fan, and um she started building her own suits and
Yeah.
whatnot, and then she became a heroine. That's why it's called Ironheart,
Yeah. I know,
I
but like,
believe.
I don't feel like we need it, man. Like,
Not yet. Too soon.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I might check it out.
Um, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania,
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
which is the third movie in the series, and I believe its villain will be um. Oh, I'm blanking. The he'll be the time traveler.
Mhm. Mhm.
I can't think of his name, but
Yeah, dude.
yeah. So
Um,
um, I think hopefully that's better than the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie because that was one of the
yeah. I hope it's
not one of the greatest ones.
no.
I'd
Ant-Man's a
put it at the
cool
bottom
character,
of
so
yeah. No, I love Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, which is
yeah,
also really good.
yeah,
Um, but we've got Werewolf. It's a Halloween special, Werewolf by Night.
yeah.
This was revealed. But the big one, Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
This is a story about Nick Fury.
Yes, Samuel L.
Um,
Jackson's character. I'm excited for that.
I don't like the look of it.
Really?
It doesn't look that appealing to me.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out. I don't know. I'll probably check it out. With Marvel at the moment, I've watched. I know you haven't watched She-Hulk, but I've watched 4 episodes of She-Hulk, and man, what the hell? Like, just what the hell?
I don't have a lot of faith in Marvel since Endgame. Like, Black
Secret
Widow.
Wars and Kang Dynasty is going to be cool.
That's it. King the Conqueror. King the Conqueror will be the
Yeah.
enemy of Quantumania.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Secret Wars 2024. Bro, I wish Star Wars had movies like these, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Um, Armor Wars was also announced. That'll be, I believe, about War Machine.
Yeah.
Um, what there's the show that I'm probably most excited for is Loki season 2.
Season 2.
I assume did you see Loki season 1?
Nope. Nope. I did not.
Probably the best, probably the
Marvel show?
best Marvel show, and
Yeah, probably
definitely
so.
some of the best content after Endgame. I like top 3 content after Endgame. Some people you'll either like One Division or dislike One Division.
Yeah.
What If is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier isn't great, but Loki is one of the better ones. Hawkeye is alright. Hawkeye is fun, and like it's nice.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
There's the highly anticipated Fantastic Four film,
Oh, yeah, bro.
which after Doctor Strange, and we see Reed Richards. I don't believe it'll be played by the same actor, but
No.
Fantastic Four will be the step in the right direction. I hope.
Yeah, dude. And like 2024, It was
Yep,
it's coming in theaters.
November
So
8th.
that's gonna be a big year for Marvel 2024. Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, Fantastic Four. Like, bro, come on, Lucasfilm need to pick up the game with Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
they've all their shows and films getting cancelled and delayed, and then Marvel's out here. Yeah, maybe they're doing quantity over quality, but Secret Wars is going to be no doubt amazing. We all hope so. Fantastic Four, very anticipated, and then Kang Dynasty, bro. Like, three massive films in 1 year.
We've got we've got Echo, which is about
Yeah,
uh the antagonist of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
yeah,
Um, New logo for Daredevil, Born Again. I'm really excited about this. The Daredevil TV series
yeah.
is great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Daredevil is supposedly supposed to be in a lot of Marvel, like Charlie Cox's Daredevil is supposed to be in a lot of Marvel TV series. He's in She-Hulk. Um, he's also supposed to be in a few others coming out. Um, there was a new logo for Captain America, New World Order,
Yeah, I
was also
saw that.
revealed. This will follow Falcon and Winter Soldier, where
Mm-hmm.
Sam takes the shield and is now the new Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Marvel Studios has also confirmed that all 7 members of Marvel's Thunderbolts coming in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you don't know, the Thunderbolts are Thunderbolt Ross. Ross's equivalent to the Avengers. It follows like Red Hulk. It'll follow Echo.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
John Walker from Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's essentially
Is it part of the MCU?
Yeah, it's essentially militarized Avengers. If you remember in Civil War, where Thunderbolt Ross tried to
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
like induct the Avengers to the government so that they could control them, the
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts is essentially
Yeah.
that. Just they're B-Tech Avengers.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so that's coming 2024.
Yep.
Um, last but not least, exclusive footage was shown for D23 Expo. Um, the Marvel's Captain Marvel sequel.
Yes. Yeah. Captain Marvel
This
sequel, The Marvels. Yeah. Um.
um, I think this is do well
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Captain Marvel wasn't fantastic, but it did have a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree.
she, but the only problem with her is her power scaling. She is overpowered as shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, they will need to find somebody to combat her. But, um, overall, we got so much more reveals for Marvel and Star Wars. As usual, Lucasfilm really needs to pick up
Oh
their game
yeah, dude.
with Star Wars. It's disappointing.
Shows, films, video games getting delayed, getting cancelled, just getting forgotten about. Just man.
It goes to show who's in charge. Like Kevin Feige on the
Oh
on the Marvel
yeah,
front
Kevin Feige, man. Like
is
legend.
rapid fire. Like yeah, as you said, it's quantity over quality, but the quality still isn't that poor.
No.
All in all, they're still watchable TV shows. It's not cringe. It's not
Yeah, like Thor.
terrible shows.
Thor 4, Love and Thunder, that was not a fan favorite.
No,
I,
but it's not a bad movie.
yeah, it's on Disney Plus now. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I will. I did watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness when it came to Disney Plus, and yeah, it was it was alright. Like a lot of people said that it was terrible, but I found it alright. It did get a bit confusing and with all the multiverse stuff, but it was okay.
I think it just everything that's happened hasn't met everybody's expectations.
No,
Um,
yeah.
After Endgame, it peaked, and I just don't think that they found that again. But Kevin Feige is still giving us content in which um, the higher ups at Lucasfilm just haven't given us.
Yeah.
Disney is a I'd want to say $1 trillion company by this point.
Oh, yeah,
But no, the
definitely.
multi-billion-dollar company,
Yeah.
probably the biggest company, one of the biggest companies in the
Oh,
world, biggest
definitely,
entertainment company in the world.
definitely the biggest entertainment company, and definitely high up there to be the biggest company of all time. Like, what would be competing with them? Um,
Apple,
Apple, Amazon. It's definitely high up
Um,
there with them.
it's up there, and um, they have the two highest. Yeah, Avatar. Yeah, Avatar is Disney.
Yeah,
So
it's 20th Century Fox, which
but Disney
Lucas
bought out 20th Century Fox
correct with
3 years ago.
Lucasfilm. Yeah,
Um, and that's also why we're going to get Fantastic Four and X-Men in the MCU.
yeah,
But
yeah.
so Avatar, highest grossing movie in the world. Star Force Awakens, highest domestic.
Domestically, yeah. So yeah,
Endgame, I
they
know, is second.
yeah,
They have so much money
they
rolling in,
do.
it's not funny.
Apparently,
And
there's rumors. I don't know how true it is. That there's rumors they're trying to buy Sony, which ain't gonna work
well, I know they want to buy
because they want to get Spider Man back.
well, Sony offered them. I know that Sony offered them a price for Spider-Man. It was $5 billion, but that was not just for Spider-Man. That was his entire villain gallery, his entire character gallery. Sorry,
So all the Spider Man spin-offs. So the Venom, um,
Venom, Doc Ock, Green Goblin,
Morbius.
Morbius, anything that includes Spider-Man has been in a Spider-Man comic or
What are they? Is
something
it
or other.
pending? Is it pending, or did they decline?
No, no, they said that it was. I 90. It was 2 years ago. Um,
Okay.
that was the sum that I know that they didn't take.
I don't
Right
know
now,
why. That would
Spider-Man
definitely
only
be
have
worth it.
a Spider-Man only has a contract like the Hulk where he can appear in Disney movies.
Yeah.
So movies developed by Disney,
Yeah.
but they cannot develop a standalone movie. It's the same as the Hulk. Universal technically own the rights to the Hulk. That's why we don't have a standalone Hulk movie.
Okay.
That's made by Disney. So we've got the 2003 Hulk, then we've got the 2008 Hulk,
The OG Hulk, man, that's so good. Now
the OG Hulk.
I hate Smart Hulk. Like I loved big tough Hulk.
Yeah,
Now we got Smart Hulk.
but
Uh,
that's the reason that the Hulk has had his entire character arc throughout these movies, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's because Disney cannot create their own, and Universal, for whatever reason, don't want to. Maybe they don't want to intrude on the MCU. That's fine. But Spider-Man can only. It can be in the MC universe, but it cannot be developed by Disney. Sony have to
Yeah.
make the movie.
Yeah.
Until Disney buy him out, which I don't understand why they don't. He's probably the most favoritized character in
Oh yeah.
comics,
Yeah.
either him or Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'd agree.
like Spider-Man is the most marketed character.
Yeah.
If he's got 9 movies from 2000 and 2001, 2002,
2002.
from Tobey Maguire, those 3 movies, then Andrew Garfield's 2, then Into the Spider-Verse, and now
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. 2002
Tom Holland's 3.
up until 2021. That's
Yeah, so
that's 19 years and 9 movies. That's crazy.
it's more than Batman has had, and I assume it's made more than Batman's movies have.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
so I don't understand why they don't do it. It would be so easy to market him. Toys, movies, TV shows, everything. He is on Disney Plus, yes.
Yeah, I seen
Not
that.
all of the movies though.
No, they've got the original Spider-Man. They've got Homecoming.
Far From Home.
They don't have No Way Home.
Yeah, they don't. That's
Um,
on Amazon though. You can watch it on
yeah,
Amazon for free.
yeah. So they've got Spider-Man, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and then the Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. They've also got Venom now, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Yeah,
It's but I'm pretty sure that's a shared collective because you can find them also on Binge
yeah.
and Netflix.
Netflix, yeah,
So that's how I know it's not a Disney exclusive. He's not owned by Disney yet. Otherwise, they would only market him for themselves.
yeah,
It's a bit just Marvel. I really like what they're doing. They're still trying to keep it going. They just need to, I think, slow down for a bit.
hmm
They should move aside. Disney should push Marvel aside. Get out all of what they have planned. Or what's in production at least.
yeah.
And stuff that hasn't started production, hold off. Move to the side after all the stuff's done and let Star Wars have a go because Star Wars is a
I agree.
not a bigger franchise, but it may have a
In a way,
bigger
I'd
fan
say,
base and it
yeah,
deserves to be appreciated just as much as Marvel does.
definitely. It was 1977. George Lucas
Yep.
creates this massive thing, and it just feels like Disney are exploiting it, and just yeah,
So
sad
they
to see.
just
Like I'm looking on
um
Disney Plus right now, and you go to Marvel, and you go to the MCU in timeline order, and there's heaps
from
of stuff
2008.
exactly till 2022, and they got triple what Star Wars have.
It's
It's
they need to I feel
Star
like
Wars is
Disney
just
being the
really
big
slow. Their main
yeah.
problem is they keep delaying, canceling.
I don't know
Like,
why.
dude, I
And I
think
don't know why Obi-Wan got such a low budget as well.
I know. Skeleton Crew has a higher budget than him. What the hell is Skeleton Crew, man? I feel like we are gonna get a lot of fan service in Skeleton Crew, which won't be bad fan service because it's Dave and John. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The
Like,
most probably almost I'd say up there for one of the most recognizable characters.
it's
Obviously, Luke
Obi-Wan
Skywalker.
Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, like, and
Darth
Darth
Vader
Vader.
is
Like,
yeah.
and then they decide, oh, let's just give it 6 parts. 30 minutes to 56 minutes will be our longest one. Shortest one, 39 minutes. Like, bro, and let's have half the show, have this new character called Reva.
I appreciate what they did with Reva, but I don't think it's what we wanted, and nobody wanted it.
Exactly.
Uh,
It's
Story finish starts and ends in Obi-Wan.
it doesn't it
Um,
correct. It doesn't and it shouldn't need to when it's only a 6 episode show.
they tried to squeeze so much in.
Yeah, they did.
It
They
felt
rushed it.
rushed.
It did.
It's yeah, but no. Marvel needs to step aside. Star Wars needs to take the reign for 5 to 7 years. Um,
Yeah.
give us what we want. Maybe chill out on the TV shows. Give us a movie. Give us a new trilogy
I
of
agree.
the Old Republic.
I agree.
Um, give us Prime Yoda. I don't care. Just something new.
Something, dude. Like, literally, they have so much opportunities there. Maul and Palpatine. Palpatine finding Maul when Maul's a small child. Palpatine and Plagueis. Old Republic. Anakin and Obi-Wan in between 1 and 2. Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo. Grogu hundreds of years after the Rise of Skywalker. Yoda hundreds of years before the Phantom Menace.
Dooku, Qui-Gon.
There's endless possibilities.
There is, and I feel like if Marvel left cinemas for a good while, when
Star
it comes
Wars can
back,
make their
it'll be a
return.
breath of fresh air. And if Star Wars were to make a few movies ready for the cinemas, everybody would enjoy going back to the movies to see a Star Wars movie. Because I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Last Jedi, no matter your point on it, it didn't have the same charm as it used to. And Rise of
It feels like
Skywalker,
just an odd movie out. It doesn't feel like it's part of the
yeah,
Star Wars. And Rise of
um,
Skywalker was a terrible ending to the Skywalker saga.
it
Terrible ending.
it ruins the original 6 movies.
Yeah. It destroys Anakin's arc. Luke's
It destroys Anakin as a
arc.
character.
It does. Anakin, the chosen one, the guy bring balance, the
Balance
prophecy
to
of the
the Force.
Oh nah, Rey Skywalker.
A character who we don't find out about her backstory.
They hadn't
We
even
don't give a
decided her backstory when doing the Force
No, they
Awakens.
hadn't. They weren't sure if she was going to be Obi-Wan's kid with
Yeah, they
what's
were
her name?
Satine.
Satana? Satine, sorry.
Yeah, it was gonna be, she's gonna be a Kenobi, and then she's gonna be a nobody, then a Palpatine, and then a Scott. Let's go, Laura Skywalker. Ray who looks over. Ray Skywalker. End of the Skywalker saga. What was going through their mind? Oh my god. I'm J.J. Abrams. Oh my god. Fans are gonna love this. This is gonna be the best ending. Let's definitely not include Anakin
No,
because no one likes.
I don't blame J.J. Abrams because Ryan Johnson left him in a shithole when they killed Snoke. Snoke was set out to be a great villain. He was manipulating Kylo Ren from the start. But when Ryan Johnson killed him,
But Rise of Skywalker is a total mess, dude.
it is. I've only seen it once, and that was in cinemas.
It's a total mess. Force
but
Awakens. I mean, it's okay.
Force Awakens was good.
No, I watched it the other night. I thought it was really good, but I watched it the other night, and it's good. But what the hell? Rey uses Jedi mind tricks on stormtroopers. Rey, she's
Yeah.
never known what the Force is. She's never been in contact with the Force. She's never tried using the Force. She's never trained with the Force. Oh, but no.
Yep. No,
She can use
it's
Jedi mind tricks.
If you watch it, it's a copy and paste of A New Hope.
Oh, definitely. Jakku. Let's have another desert planet called Jakku, exactly
Yep.
looking as Tatooine. Why? I want to know
Yep.
what was going through their mind. Like, when creating all those three films, oh, fans are going to love this. Fans are going to go crazy. Dude,
It's
for Force Awakens, we went crazy. We were so hyped. Last Jedi, they thought, they did, the marketing for The Last Jedi was insane. They thought this would be amazing. And then the Black Backlash, and then Rise of Skywalker, they kind of just gave up. But the thing is,
yeah, that was just slumping over the
Ray
line.
looks over at Leia and Luke to see if they allow her to use the name Skywalker. Why isn't Anakin there? They disregarded him. Like, as much as I hate that scene, why isn't Anakin there?
She
Why
buried his sand. She buried his lightsaber in sand.
Oh, dude, don't get me
The
started.
place, the
Oh.
place where he was a slave. His mother was murdered. He committed war crimes. Because the women and the children too.
Man, it just doesn't. I'm this. Oh, dude, I didn't think we'd be ending up talking about this, but dude,
Oh yeah, no, we could have another rant one day just about
oh,
how just ranking the movies.
oh, dude, I just can't, dude. Like, it just frustrates me so much. The potential they had. George Lucas had 3 treatments for the sequels. They looked at them and went, "Oh, f you, George Lucas. We're doing our own
Yep.
thing." That's a total disrespect, man. If I was George, I'd take them to court, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, he
dude.
trusted Kathleen
He
Kennedy
did. He
with his
wanted
company,
Kathleen
and
Kennedy as the president, and she Order 60. She literally executed Order 66 on him
yep,
and his franchise.
yeah.
Okay,
And we all
like,
thought that Attack of
well,
the Clones would be the worst.
well, no, man. Like, West 6, yeah, West out of the
Yeah,
originals, bro. Force Awakens, right? Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. Nah, it's not canon, dude.
yeah. We don't have to make it canon. I agree.
It's
Let's
not.
just not make it canon.
There goes my opportunity of ever working at Lucasfilm. But bro, I don't care. I'd rather state my true opinion and than pretending to be pretending to lie and say it was great and be a Disney shill. I don't care if my opportunity to work at Lucasfilm is gone now. Like, if you aren't gonna hire me because I think your stuff is shit, and when I'm telling the truth and I can speak for all fans, then just get stuffed. Oh, dude,
I mean, it's yeah. What
it
are they gonna
just,
do?
dude.
But I think that's um
Yeah, dude. I
all
think
that's
we
been
gotta wrap
revealed,
up because yeah.
and
What,
it's
two
almost
hour
like
episode in total now? 2 hours and like 10
yep.
minutes. This is crazy, dude. But yeah, that's our little rant of Disney Star Wars. We didn't mean to go on that little rant, but it just
Nah,
happened.
it's
But no, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and you know, thanks Joseph for coming on. Andor was fun
no worries. Thanks for
tonight.
having me.
Yeah, Andor was fun tonight. I'm excited for what's next. See, not all things Disney do is bad. But sequels, bro. I would rather have a good sequel trilogy than all these shows we're getting.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. I promise. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Joseph, for coming on, dude.
no
I'd love to
worries.
have you on again. You know, NRL finals with the grand final. We can talk about that.
Yep.
And we'll continue talking about that, man, next week. Episode 4. Let's get hyped. If you guys did enjoy it, please go follow all my socials. Everything will be linked in the description. Give us a like, give us a follow. It really helps us out and helps us expand our content and get it to more people. And yeah, many new things coming for All Things Podcast. So stay tuned. Thanks, Joseph, once again. And yeah, we're out, guys. Thank you. See you guys. Bye bye.